Hey everyone, welcome back to the District 3 podcast. I lost track of what episode we're in, but this is Irvin, and I'm doing this episode today by myself. Migs isn't here, Elena isn't here either, but I'm actually in good company, so I'm excited about this episode that we're finally making happen. Our guest today is Joseph Wynn, and online he's known as the Hangry Pedaler. Joseph, thank you for finally being here today on the episode. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty nervous, but glad to be here. I've always wanted to talk to you for a while and loving what you do for the community and all that. So glad to be here.
Thank you, man. And we had a little mini conversation before we started recording, but not a full-on conversation. This is really the first time that we ever get to sit down and get to talk to each other. So I was telling you off air that I didn't really connect the dots because we've been Facebook friends for a while. And I've also followed your Instagram, the Hangry Pedaler NWA, for a while as well. And I had not connected that it was the same person. That because when we're on Instagram, sometimes like when I see your content, you'll have like sunglasses on, or you're like in your biker gear, and then whenever I see your Facebook post, it's more like family. You're in dress clothes.
Yeah, it's like totally different, right?
So I didn't connect the dots there. But I'm glad you're here, and I just kind of want to teach our listeners about your journey. For those that don't know you, for those that just see your Instagram and see like the food, see the cycling, but for people to know a little bit more about you, were you born in Arkansas yourself?
I was born in Dallas, Texas, and I moved to Arkansas in 1998. So I've lived most of my life here.
Okie dokie. And why did your family move over here to Arkansas?
My dad just wanted to get out of the big city. He owned a nail salon, two nail salons in the Dallas area, and I was getting into a little trouble over there. I'm not gonna lie. He wanted to move to a smaller town, and he had a friend that was from Fort Smith, and his friend suggested he move to Fayetteville because it was a college town. Okay. And at that time, there was only one other nail salon, which now there's one on every corner. So he was like one of the first nail salons here, and he came here first to open up the business, loved it, and then moved the entire family there. And then all my other cousins, aunts, uncles, they all moved too. So we're all here now.
Okay, so you moved to Northwest Arkansas in 1998 then. And how were things then? Because I know there's obviously been a lot of growth in the area. Since then, it's been what, maybe is that 22 years now? No. It's like 26 years, right?
Yeah. So 26 years. Yeah.
How were things then when you moved to Northwest Arkansas?
It was different, man. Like I came from Dallas. There's a lot of different foods, Asian foods, and just all kinds of food. Back then we didn't really have that variety, and then now I feel like there's way more like good restaurants and ethnic restaurants I love. It's a lot more things to do nowadays too. But it was kind of boring back then.
So what would you do? Like whenever, how old were you in 1998?
I was 16.
16. So what were you doing for fun whenever you moved over here?
Not much. Going to Walmart, hanging out. I used to go to the pool hall a lot, and I was still in high school and all that. So I played tennis and all that. A lot of sports.
You say Walmart, but that's no joke. A lot of us did go to Walmart to have fun. I remember
I used to walk around at night.
Yeah, especially when they had the video games. When you could go to the video game section and they had where you can actually play. I don't think they have that nowadays anymore, huh? Where you can just go and
No.
They have the controller there and you have 2 or 3 games that you can play. I used to do that because what else could you do when you were 17 or 18, right?
Yeah, when I was young, there wasn't a lot to do. Yeah. Nowadays, there's all kind of stuff. Topgolf, Dave and Buster's, all that stuff.
So was your family ever in the food business?
No,
never.
Nobody. Just nail salons, pretty much. Yeah.
And what's the for those that don't know, a nail salon is. I've never personally gone to a nail salon before. My wife has. My sister has. Yeah. What does a nail salon, besides the obvious, consist of? Is it just nails, or is there other services that also get offered in those kind of businesses?
Our nail salon has waxing, facial waxing, eyebrows or lip or chin or something. And nails like pedicures, manicures, the acrylic nails, which is the artificial nails where they make your nails longer.
Okay.
With all designs.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
I've
all
seen that.
that.
I've seen
Yeah.
those, yeah.
Yeah. So some nail salons have other stuff like massage or hair or something. Ours is strictly nails and
And what is it
waxing.
called?
Gloss Nail Lounge.
And you said it's over there by Whole Foods in
By Whole
Fayetteville, right?
Foods. My sisters own it, so I work for them.
Okie
Yeah,
dokie.
yeah. And my dad has his salon, Natural Nails in Fayetteville. Still, still up and running. It'd be 30 years in April of next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's still up. He's still there working because he came in 1995 to start it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I came in 98. Yeah.
So has it always been like on like for you? Have you always thought about like taking care of yourself in regards to like your nails properly and all of that because your family's in this business, or were you like me where like it wasn't until like 4 or 5 years ago where I actually started taking care of myself a little bit better in regards to like proper care? I've never done, for example, like a pedicure before, and I've always wanted to do one, and maybe I'll build the courage to do one.
I've never had a pedicure.
You haven't either?
I'm very ticklish. So I don't even do any of that for myself. I just cut my nails short,
Okay.
and I get ingrown toenails too, so I cut that out.
Let me tell you about that. No one ever tells you how you can get ingrown toenails. And that was like, that has been a big issue for me. Not recently anymore. I now know what the problem was for me. But one of the problems that I had was that I would wear dress shoes all day, the entire day. Like I would do my 9 to 5 in dress shoes. I'd go for a walk with my dog in dress shoes. I would go out for dinner in dress shoes, and I wouldn't take my dress shoes off until like 10 p.m. that night. And what that was doing, since I wasn't letting my feet breathe, it was causing ingrown toenails. And it got to the point once where like I literally had to go to a clinic so that they can take one out. That was really, really bad, and it was like a bloody mess.
Oh yeah.
And I asked the doctor, because no one ever tells you any of this. Like I was like, why am I getting like? And the doctor was like, one, your dress shoes. You need to stop wearing dress shoes all the time. You need to let your feet breathe. And then also he was like, the way you cut your nails, you're trying to cut all around the nails when you shouldn't do that. You should just cut like the top part off.
Like, straight across.
Yeah. No one ever tells you that, Joseph.
That's funny. I know, but then a lot of people get that, and then they have to get the surgery where they cut the side out, right?
Yeah, and then luckily I didn't have surgery, but like it was so painful. Like they put something on it so it wouldn't hurt that much, but it still hurt. So for people listening, if you're having ingrown toenails, look at the way that you're cutting your toenails, and then also don't wear dress shoes all day like me. Wear some sandals. I've been doing that more recently. But let's talk about food, Joseph, since that's the primary focus of your social media on the Hangry Pedaler. One, can you talk about what made you decide to want to pursue this project and do this on your social media? Because you're putting yourself out there by, anytime that you are talking about food, some people can take that the wrong way if you say something that's bad about the restaurant but I also see that your content is not really like, I'm going to go into a place and just talk bad about them if I don't like it, right? It's more the good.
I always tell people I'm not a food critic.
Yeah.
Like I only post positive stuff because I'm there to uplift businesses, because I come from a small business background, and I always tell people that I'm not a food critic. I'm not there to give you out of 5 stars, I'm not gonna give you a 2-star review or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm there to uplift businesses. Yeah.
So how do you decide to do this? How do you decide to?
Well,
was it the Hangry Pedaler always? Was that the name always, or did you evolve into that?
Well, it all started on Facebook, because I used to always post food pictures on my Facebook account, my personal Facebook, and everybody was like, "Hey, man, you need to make a page, a website dedicated to your food, and just all post it there so we could just go look at it, or else have it a blog or something." So since Instagram was mainly pictures, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make an Instagram page, and I did. And my client and I came up with the name Hangry Pedaler, because combining my love with food and cycling, just kind of stuck, that name Hangry Pedaler. I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. So I just did it for fun. I didn't want anything out of it, just posting pictures, and it kind of snowballed into me getting more followers and more opportunities with like paid promotions. I mean, that wasn't my goal at all. Like I wasn't wanting to make money, but I mean, when people reach out to you, like wanting to pay me to visit their city, like Little Rock, I collab with Little Rock a lot, or go eat the restaurants and pay me to make a video for them or take pictures and post about it. I can't say no, but I do tell them straight up, like, I will only post if I like it, I don't want to just be bought, I don't want to be like advertised for everybody and anybody if I don't truly love it. I try to stay very authentic and I don't want to steer my followers wrong and all that. So yeah, that's how it started. Facebook and Instagram.
So the hangry part. Are you one of those people that gets hangry whenever you don't eat in a certain time?
My wife will say yes. So no, I mean, everybody gets hangry. Get a little grumpy when they
Not
haven't
everybody,
eaten.
Joseph.
Maybe just me.
My wife gets hangry. That's why I bring it up because
Yeah.
there'll be some times where like she hasn't eaten and it's like way past our dinner time and I can tell already. So like
Oh, yeah.
there's times where like we'll start arguing about so while
Yeah.
she's hungry and I'm like I'm not gonna take that personal. I know that you're hungry.
She just wants to be fed.
So you talk about like trying to stay genuine to what your tastes are and what you like. Do you ever try the food first before you film it, like just to see if you're gonna like it before you even commit to going to somewhere? Because what if you go somewhere and like they pay for your gas and all these different things and then you don't like the food? Do you just don't post it?
Well, see, the thing with me is I'm not a very picky eater, and then most of these places I've been to already.
Okay.
Like if a place I've been to already hits me up, I might just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy because I know I don't like the food, and I've already tried it multiple times. But then I'm not very picky, so I always find something positive about the place. But it takes a lot for me not to post something. Yeah, and plus, like, I don't really do a lot of paid collabs, so yeah.
Do you because going back to what you said about like there's some places that you might have tried several times and you didn't like them. I have several of those places locally, right?
Yeah.
And even then, sometimes when I'll be on like on Instagram or something, and I like the people, like I'll check in and I'll be like, oh, here, like eating and tag the business and stuff because I want them to succeed,
Oh yeah.
But that must be difficult though because I mean your Instagram is like focused on showing the good food and maybe sometimes you've thought about like maybe I should like give them some promotion because they're struggling a little bit, but. I'm guessing based on what you say, you stay very genuine if you don't like the food.
I say genuine, and I'm not a very picky eater too. Like what you do, you like to promote businesses and all that. I mean, it has to be really bad, or like it would have to be like something really bad for me not to post it. So I mean, I pretty much post everything because I try to find the good in everything. There's always something good about the meal, and then you could tell by my caption, what I write, like. Sometimes I might write about like the appetizer. I love the appetizer, but I'm not gonna say I hated my main course, the main entree, which I probably did. But then I really like the appetizer, so I'll be like, oh, a must get is this appetizer, these egg rolls or something. But I don't want to mention the other meal. Does that make sense? Yeah, like I always try to point out the positive.
There's some Mexican restaurants that I've gone to locally that like. I don't really like the food, but I like the drinks.
Yeah, see, you like that.
The service is
Or
great,
Awesome service. They have the best water in town.
You see, at that point, we're being problematic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask you some of maybe you don't have to give me your absolute favorites because I think it's probably gonna be difficult for you to unless you really feel strong about like favorites. But in regards to like Mexican food, what are some of your favorites? For Mexican food.
Mexican food.
I'm going to tell you mine. I'm going to argue against whatever you say.
Well, for the longest, I really loved El Cuñado in Springdale. That was the spot after the clubs and, those greasy tacos. They were really good, too, like after the clubs. But, no, it's really good food there. I also love La Media Luna in Johnson. Yeah, so Let me see what else. Oh, Torres Taqueria. It's a new place in Tawny Town. Well, it's like a year or two.
I was there.
Yeah,
I've gone to the.
It's good.
I got their
It's
food
legit.
first at. They were at the Day of the Dead festival in downtown Springdale, and we tried them there, and they were so good that we went to the truck. And I forgot the name of the owner, but he's very friendly. He comes out and talks to you and like sits down with you sometimes,
Oh,
and like
really? Yeah.
and will chat up with you. And La Media Luna, my good friend Julio owns that place over there.
Okay.
And yeah, the drinks are really good too, and the food is really good.
I love the food there. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going to one of their like they have like a dancing night. I think it's like on a Thursday, I believe they do it. Maybe they're not doing it right now because of the cold, but in their little patio, they'll have like a DJ
Oh, yeah.
and like music and drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you tried this place yet, but it's one of my favorites, and it's probably my favorite. El Chefe, Mexican food.
Oh, yes. That's one of my favorite too. Yeah. I love it.
Like
Yeah,
shout
Manny.
out Manny.
Yeah, I love Manny too. Yeah, he's the man. Yeah.
We met him. Well, one, I was already Facebook friends with him for a while, and then he catered my niece's quinceañera at my sister's house, and then I learned that he was gonna open up that restaurant, and we went. My wife is a really picky eater, and I'm not a picky eater like you, which means sometimes that like my taste may be a little bit subpar. They're not really like quality wise. I probably don't have the best. Like I'm just not picky.
Yeah.
But my wife really loves El Chefe. Every time we go, like they just don't miss.
Oh, it's good. I've been to him ever since he was selling out the food truck at I think it was Plaza Tires or something. Yeah, a couple years, 2-3 years now. Yeah, no, I love his food.
My other favorites of Mexican food is like El Chefe, El Charro. Have you been there?
I've been there as well. Solid. Yeah.
Like I love their tacos. For me, are one of the best tacos, and they also have. Even though I'm not a huge birria person, they have really good birria as well.
Yes.
And I also love Don Güeros in downtown Springdale, the little shack.
Oh yeah, that's an OG place. That's been there forever, across from Black Apple.
Black
I think.
Apple.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's an
so-
OG right there.
Yeah, we're lucky because in Springdale we just have a lot of good Mexican food. What about for example Thai food? What are some of your
Thai
favorites?
food. We are lucky because we have so many good Thai restaurants here, and to me, they're all good. Like, there's not one bad one. So my favorite is Thai Taste in Springdale off of 265 over there near Electric Avenue.
That's like 5 minutes from my house.
Yep. That's hands down my favorite. Which they have a new location in Rogers, a few miles east of NWAC. So they
Okay.
have Rogers and Springdale.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like they have some dishes that other Thai places don't have, and their taste is authentic. The portion size is big, and the price point is good. So that, and then was it Silk Road in
yeah.
Springdale? Yeah, that's always one of our go-to because it's kind of near our house. I've
Shout
been
out
going
to Lucky. I believe his family owns
Oh, is
that.
it
I don't know. I don't know his family's name,
yeah,
but
yeah. I see the owners, but I don't know their names.
yeah, I went to school with Lucky.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm like 1 year older than him, and I think his family owns that place. We go there constantly too.
Oh, I love that place. So good.
One of the I like Thai Ginger in Lowell, and then
I've
I
never been there.
also like Thai Diner here in Fayetteville.
Okay, I've been there a few times. Are they still open?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. It's just that they're like in a weird spot over there
Yeah,
by
I know.
college, where it's just kind of like it's kind of hard to get in if you're coming from the other side.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And but they're really good, and the people that own the place, they're super nice.
Okay.
What about Salvadorian food? Do you have any favorites for Salvadorian food?
I've been to a few places. Is Tesoro Beach
Yeah.
Salvador? Okay, so we go there a lot because they open late, and I love their pupusas. And there's a Salvadorian place off of Huntsville, right next to the laundromat. That has really
That's
good pupusas.
La Sirenita, I think that's what it's called.
I don't know the name, but it's right behind like a Thai restaurant, Isan.
Yeah.
But, yeah, probably one of the best pupusa I've ever had.
I think
Yeah.
Tesoro Beach is really good. Shout out Entimo, who's the owner over there, Galames, and his son Ever, who runs the place too. They're also been very, very nice. One, their food is delicious, but they're also been very courteous to like work with us on community events, and they're always giving back and stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
it's good when the food is good and then like the people are good. You know, like the owners are good and
Makes
they're
it even
doing
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the spots that you feel maybe people don't know much about or don't get much attention that have really good food that you could think of?
There's one spot called Romero's. Is Latin food.
Okay.
He used to be on Huntsville Road. Now he's on 71B. I don't know. It's kind of near Nils Cafe.
Okay.
There's a little plaza. So he makes all kinds of food. It's not just like Mexican food or Venezuelan or Brazilian. He makes it all.
Okay.
He has a bunch of different like specials all the time, and yeah, I like it a lot because I've been meaning to post more about it because he said that like business wasn't doing very well. So I told him that I'll come back and take good pictures and promote him. Romero's. I forgot what it's called. Romero's.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
good
go to
stuff.
dinner. Maybe go to dinner there today.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I'm glad you asked me because I need to go back and take pictures and promote him a little bit.
And that's in Springdale.
It's in Springdale.
What about in like the Bank County areas? Because I really don't go to eat much over there in Bank County. Really, the farthest I say sometimes will be like Rogers. Sometimes I'll go to Benville to some. I liked whenever I stopped by the Peddler's Pub. With their pizza was pretty good. But
Yeah.
I don't know what other spots over there in Bank County get your attention or you feel are very good that people should know about.
There's a spot called Havana. It's
Havana's Tropical Bar and Grill.
yes. It's very well. I feel like they're popular though. So I mean, it's
Kind
kind of
of.
a hidden gem, but they're pretty popular.
But they're kind of hidden, like you said,
Yeah,
hidden gem.
yeah.
They're kind of hidden, like
Yeah.
they're kind of like if they're
Yeah.
still in the same spot, it's like you got to you got to drive into the little spot and like it's in the back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because we did a community fundraiser there like 10 years ago, and it was snowing. It was very unfortunate that we picked that day because it was snowing, and then people couldn't find the spot and stuff. But I do think that a good amount of people know about it. They might not just know where it's at.
Yeah.
But they have pretty good food there.
Yeah. And then my friends own a place called Sidewalk. It's Vietnamese food.
Okay.
It's probably one of the best, probably my favorite Vietnamese restaurant in Northwest Arkansas. But again, they're popular too. So I don't know. I feel like all those Bentonville and Rogers,
popular?
Yeah, pretty popular. Robin Nara is good. They're popular too.
Are you a fan of Indian food? Do you like Indian food?
Oh, I love Indian food. Yes.
I'm very basic. I'm chicken tikka masala
Yeah.
kind of guy. Like
Oh,
that's
I think I was gonna say. Yeah. Well, so there is a place called Kerpa. Yeah, that not many people know about, and every time I go in there, they're not busy, but their food is excellent. Kerpa, Kirpa. But I'm very basic. You know, butter chicken, chicken tikka masala, chicken 65, samosas. You know, it's like the fried rice and lo mein of Indian food. You know, but I want to step outside my comfort zone and try other traditional dishes. But you know, I'll just stick to the same thing.
No, I feel that, man. Like
Yeah.
I know that I need to explore. Whenever I go to Indian spots, I need to explore the menu, and I just don't
Yes.
because I love chicken tikka masala so much. It's like I would say it fights for like my number one plate. Like
Yeah.
just my favorite plate in general.
Yeah.
You know how they do those things where it's like if you had your last meal, what would your last meal be? I feel chicken tikka masala might be my last meal.
Yeah, it's good. Good
But I
stuff.
need to explore the menu. I feel like there's more like gems in that like I go to Punjabi Kitchen, which used to be R&R Curry.
I love that spot. It's probably one of my
dude.
favorite. Yeah. Yeah.
It might not. It's probably like when you go there. I mean, you're probably gonna spend a good amount of money, but it's worth it. The food
Yeah.
the food is delicious.
good. It's probably one of my top Indian places. Because you talking about the one in Springdale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's right next to Silk Road.
Yeah.
And then, like, I like both of those places.
So it's like
easy
when
for
you
me.
go, like sometimes like my wife and I will be like, let's go get something to eat, and then my wife will be like, let's just drive around and see like what we find, and then when we end up there, we're like, which one do we go into? Do we go into Silk Road or do we go into?
That sounds like my wife and I all the time. Like, whenever we have a brain fart, we want to go out to eat, and we're like, okay, let's just think of something. All right, let's just go Silk Road, or let's just go to Punjabi Kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah, just something we always fall back on. Yeah.
And talking about your wife, y'all are having a baby, right? Congratulations
Yes,
on
thank
that.
you. Yeah, we just her first trimester just passed, so we just made the announcement. So yeah, we're happy. Baby is due May 22nd. Everything's going great with her pregnancy. Everything's healthy so far. So
Is this your first kid, or have you had other
first
kids?
kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I never wanted kids, but but when we got married, we're like, we kind of do want kids, so we better hurry up. So yeah, it's crazy.
I feel that. My
Yeah.
my wife and I are on that journey too, where we're not right now currently actively trying to have kids, but we in the past few years we kind of did, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of like enjoying our life at the moment, traveling as much as we can, and like
That's exactly how.
taking advantage of our sleep, you know?
Yeah,
But if
for
the
sure.
time comes, like it's
Yeah.
just kind of like
Yeah.
we would love that.
Yeah, yeah. When the time comes, it comes. Because I honestly gave up hope because we tried for 2 years. To get a little personal, we tried for 2 years and didn't happen. And one day she gave me a bag with a onesie and or what's it, pregnancy thingy. I was like, oh my gosh, we're having a baby. I was so shocked, but I mean, it's a good feeling though.
So how do you feel now? Like what are you doing to prepare? Can you prepare? What do you do?
I'm just trying to, I don't know, doing a lot of research on, like today we're going to some daycares to sign up, check it out, and then sign up because apparently the list is really long in some of these places. You got to sign up like a year in advance and
Oh,
all
wow.
that. Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of research on like car seats and I don't know, just there's a lot to take in because it's our first child and a lot to learn, a lot of researching. Yeah.
Do you think you'll eventually bring your kid into the content?
Maybe I don't know.
Have you thought about that?
Well, a lot of people will message me about like highlighting like kid-friendly places. Yeah, I might.
That could be like its own little like
Yeah.
project,
Oh,
from the
yeah,
Hangry
for sure.
Pedaler.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
hey, what are some spots,
Yeah.
for kids?
Yeah, yeah. I think I will. A little bit here and there. Yeah.
So for the Hangry Pedaler in general, what are some of the goals that you have for that page? Like, what do you want to do? Like, if you're looking forward, a few years, where do you want it to get? Like, how much do you want to grow that?
I mean, right now, I would love for it to grow. I would love for every single person in Northwest Arkansas to follow me, like 500,000. But that will never happen. But right now. I'm just, I don't really have a posting schedule, and I learned to not take it so seriously because at one point I felt guilty for not. If I didn't post every other day, I felt guilty and. I was just like, oh, need to search for the newest restaurant and do this content. I just put too much pressure on myself, and I stay so busy with my regular job because the Hangry Pedaler is just a little side thing. Like that's not my main job. I just do it for fun. I just want to keep it as something fun, and then once I get paid promos coming my way, it's a little extra income too. Like I'm not getting rich by any means, but it's just a little extra money where I can use that money to buy new camera equipment or go out to eat because going out to eat nowadays is pretty expensive. So yeah, just a little extra income. I mean, I would love to grow the page, but I'm not like putting that pressure on myself. I still want to have fun with it because once you start like putting too much pressure on yourself, it's not fun. It's stressful and all that. So I just want to keep it fun. Yeah.
And what do you think about, like, when you think about like your following that you have on Instagram? Because last time I checked, I think you had like over 20,000 people that follow you. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the majority of them are here. So these are people probably that if you go out,
Yeah.
they probably recognize you.
Yeah.
You're probably one. Actually, how can you talk about that? Like, can you talk about any interactions you've had with people that do recognize you on the street? Like, what do they tell you when they meet you?
I mean, they always tell me. I mean, I do see people and they recognize me. It happens all the time. They just thank me for creating content, and they're always like, "Oh, we always look at your page every time we want to go out somewhere." It makes me feel good that people use my page as a resource. And then, I mean, it feels good when people recognize me too. And whenever people recognize me in front of my wife, like I always play it up. I thought, you see that? Yeah, I always play it up and
You
try to
married
be
a star.
big headed. Like, do you see that, hun? They know who I am. Like I play it up so big, and my wife just rolls her eyes. And I mean, it does feel good when people recognize you and thank me for what I do. And
That's
I
funny that-
love what I do. So
That's funny that you do that because when I get recognized, I play it down.
Oh, really?
I play it down. Like I'll be like, I try
yeah.
not to make a big deal about
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
like I crack up that you tell me that you play it up.
No, I play it up to her, like,
To her.
but to the people, like, of course I play it down, but only to her, like, behind closed doors, I'll play it up, or like in the car. Or once we get in the car, I'll be like,
Oh.
you see that? You see
Oh
that?
no,
Yeah.
I'd probably start an argument with my wife if I did that with her. So in regards to like content creation, there are other people that are doing kind of similar stuff, but maybe they're more like food review specific people in the area. Do you think about do you actually put thought into seeing how you can be different from other people that are doing kind of similar stuff to you, or do you just don't think about that whatsoever?
I honestly don't think about that. Like, I've been doing it for 5.5 years. I just do the same. I don't really like care what other people do. Does that make sense? I just do what I do, and then I don't really focus on other people. I don't know.
That makes sense.
If if that's weird, or I just do what I do, and my content is my content, So
I mean, if it's working, obviously you've built a following, so whatever you're doing is working, right? People like what you're doing. Do you ever look at other content of people that are doing similar work to you and ever want to collab with them? Have you done any collabs with other people that do kind of food stuff?
Yeah.
You
In
have?
fact, I'm about to post a giveaway tonight with one of my favorite foodie accounts, Foodie and Travels, NWA Transplants, Brittany and Amin. So I'm doing a collab with them. I'm posting up a giveaway tonight.
Oh, nice.
A Christmas giveaway to thank our followers. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do collab sometimes. Yeah.
And
Like, I'm friends with like all these food influencers. Like, I'm friends with all of them. I see them at events all the time, and we message each other all the time. We genuinely support each other. There might be little haters here and there, but like our main group of influencers, quote unquote, we see at all the events and we hang out and all that. Yeah.
And I was asking you a little bit before we started the interview about like the quality of the content that you upload, because based on looking at your social media, I can tell that you put really a lot of thought into what you upload. Everything that you upload is very colorful. The quality is really nice. I can see the brightness has been put up a little bit on the on the editing of the pictures, and it's top notch quality content. Can you talk about what that process is for you? Like, I'm guessing you think about that before you upload. You're like, I really want to make sure it looks good.
Oh yeah, I want to make sure my feed looks good. In my eyes, it looks good. I really do take time to edit pictures, and it might not be the best. Sometimes I sit there and edit all night, and then my eyes start to hurt, and I'm like, screw it, just throw it up there. But, I mean, I really do honestly take my time to try to get good pictures with a camera. I bought a good camera, and I try to edit good pictures, but sometimes it doesn't look good. But in my eyes, it's good enough. So, but I don't just throw something up there. I do try to make it look good.
Is there any other kind of like influencers locally that, like, you don't have to name specific ones, but maybe the category that these influencers are in that you would like to do more collabs with? Like, is there any people in the community that you can think of, or just any kind of type of influencer in the area that you would like to collab with, just in general?
There's a guy named what was it, JT Nash. He does pretty cool videos. I like his videos a lot. And then Polari Media.
Yeah, I've
they
seen
do a
their
lot
stuff.
of. Yeah, so I want to collab with them more because I'm trying to get into real estate too, and they do a lot of real estate videos. So I do want to collab with them later on because they do a lot of fun real estate videos I love. So I guess they're not influencers; they're a media company.
I think I've seen some of their stuff. I think they kind of do try, like, they do a lot of content where they're in the on video and stuff. So maybe maybe they do consider themselves
Yeah,
influencers.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I do. I want to work with them a lot. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
You probably think of something when you drive
Yeah,
away, thinking,
yeah.
damn, I should have mentioned.
Yeah, I know.
That was my shot to talk about them.
Eventually, I want to collab with all of these other foodie influencers. I mean, we've done like little stuff here and there, but nothing like concrete yet.
Who are some of the foodie influencers that you really like their content or that you have a good relationship with?
See, there is Brittany and Amin, NWA Transplants. I love their videos. They are funny.
I've been seeing their stuff lately.
No, they're good. They're top notch. I'd say they're probably the top ones around here. Also NWA Newbies.
Oh, I saw them too.
Yeah, yeah. And then my friend Natalia, she's a social media person for The Momentary and Krista Bridges.
I was actually on her Instagram like 2 days ago.
Oh,
because
really?
she was tagged by my friends at Compila's Coffee House.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yo, she just posted about that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they told me about they told me about her. They were like, "Do you not know?" And they sent me like a link to her TikTok because I think she does TikToks as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
I haven't
so
met her
I
yet,
love
though.
I love her account. Her videos are awesome, and she. So I work with her because I'm an ambassador for The Momentary and Crystal Bridges.
Okay.
So I work with her a lot, and she's pretty awesome.
What does that work consist of there, of being an ambassador for them?
So I pretty much try to promote The Momentary and then Crystal Bridges. It's a paid collaboration. So they'll tell me to check out this show or check out this art gallery and make a video about it. And
Okay.
then, yeah, it's fun though. I love it because it gives me opportunity to do stuff that I would not do, on a regular basis, which gets me out to explore new things. So I like it a lot.
And if someone wants to do business with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Just shoot me a DM on my Instagram account. Yeah. So that's how it all begins. Yeah.
Okie dokie. And one of the last questions, Joseph, that we ask all of our guests, because we try to be mindful of people's like mental health and just want to make sure that everybody is taking care of themselves. What is one thing that you do to take care of your mental health?
My mental health. I mean, I pray a lot, so every night I try to say a prayer and, yeah, that's it.
Is that your main thing?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Usually, people have different things. It could be prayer. It can be going for walks. For me, it's like walking with my dog and my wife. Like that's like my peace. That's where I find my peace.
Well, bicycle ride. Yeah, a good bicycle ride.
We didn't even. Let me ask you about that because we didn't even get into the bicycling part.
Yeah.
The bicycling part of it. So, do you ride every day?
No, I wish. Like I said, I stay so busy with work. I try to ride on the weekends, but lately, these past few months, I've been so busy or out of the country. Kind of got out of it. We have a Peloton at home that I ride, try to ride.
Is it one of those like the ones where you can get on the video and there's like someone?
Yeah. So I try to do that, and yeah. I mean, I need to get back into it now that it's cold. I'm a little more lazy,
It's
but
hard,
I
man.
do have cold weather gear. I just need to get back into it. Just jump on it soon.
I mean, sometimes it's really, really cold, man, to be on a bike outside.
Yeah, it's cold. It's very cold sometimes.
Like, and you're literally riding straight into the wind and it's hitting you
Yeah,
harder.
I know.
Like
And I need to get back into it though.
Well, maybe supposedly the weather's not going to get that bad of this whole winter. So some people have been saying that it's still going to be kind of warm. So maybe we can still go for a ride there.
Yeah.
The other day, I think it was like 2 days ago. The weather wasn't even cold. It was like perfect to go out and like be on a bike. So hopefully there's more of those days.
Yeah.
But can you share with people your socials? Where can people find you on social media?
I am on Instagram, Hangry Pedaler, NWA. That's my only platform that I use.
You're not on TikTok yet?
No, I've never been on
Missed
TikTok.
opportunity right there,
I know,
Joseph.
I know. I hear TikTok's big, but I don't know. Maybe one day.
Yeah, people need to take advantage of TikTok. It's like so much free advertisement. You literally get your videos get put on people's random feed that don't follow you.
Okay.
And that's how you can grow your following. But hopefully you go on there, and then hey, you can tell your people from your thousands of followers on Instagram to follow you to TikTok, and then your following grows faster than a normal person just starting it. So I would definitely recommend that. But thank you for taking the time to be here. I appreciate learning about you and for people to learn about the work that you're doing with the Hangry Pedaler NWA account, and I'm just excited to see where that content is going to go going forward. I feel like I want to hear about those best places to eat with children. Hopefully you do come up with that content. And yeah, for everybody listening, go check out Joseph's content on Instagram. It's a very colorful Instagram with so much cool videos and pictures of food, and just some of the accomplishment that Joseph has had, of being on magazine, on Celebrate magazine and other cool things. So it's definitely one of my funnest accounts to follow that's full of positive vibes. So, Joseph, thanks for all you do, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you making the time to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you for what you do for the community. I was a little starstruck whenever I found out I was going to meet you.
Stop.
I was like, oh, I'm going to meet him.
I feel the same way, man.
So, yeah. So,
thank you, Joseph.
Meeting like-minded people like you. So,
appreciate you so much. Yeah. And for everybody listening, that was the end of episode with the Hangry Peddler of NWA, a.k.a. Joseph Wynn. Thank you all for listening. That's the end of the episode this week. This is Irvin, signing off.